Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Kat. If you haven't been here before, this is Busy Beauty, and we are going to be talking about brushes today. And I made this order about a month ago. I got my brushes from Morphe, and this is the Faves eye brush set. And this one is the Faves face brush set. So I was really looking for something specific in a set that offered a wide variety of brushes that could do any eye look that I chose to do, and for the face brush set, one that didn't have brushes in it that I wasn't going to use. So we're gonna get right into it, and if you saw my last video, our goal this time is to keep it as succinct as possible. I'm learning, guys, so it's gonna get cringy before it gets better. We're gonna start with the eye set today. First up, we have the M167. This is called the Oval Shadow Brush. It has synthetic bristles and it retails for $7. A brush like this is perfect to lay your shadows down. It's got a nice wide surface area, so you can cover the lid quickly. Next up, we have the M124. This is called the Firm Shadow Brush. The bristles are a blend between synthetic and natural hair, and it retails for $6. Much like the first one, you'd use it to lay down a color, and since it's a little smaller, you're going to be able to do more detailed work, maybe toward the inner corner of your eye, and it's nice and dense bristles, so you're going to get really high color payoff. Next up, we have the M421. This is the mini concealer brush. It has synthetic bristles and it retails for $5. This is perfect for putting on your concealer, and it's good for the hard to reach places. Next, we have the E36. This is the detail crease brush. It has synthetic bristles and it retails for $7. So this has stiff tapered bristles, so it's gonna give you a lot of control, and the shape of it is perfect. It fits right into the crease and lets you lay down the colors that you want in your crease. It would also be good for outer V work. Next up is the M506. This is the tapered mini blender. It's got natural bristles, and this retails for $8. This is going to offer controlled blending. It's got the longer bristles, so it's going to do a good job blending, and it is smaller for a blender brush, so yeah, there's that. Also, that's our first of the set that we've talked about that's all natural bristles, and that explains the higher price tag of $8. This is the M330. It's the blending crease brush. It's also got natural bristles, retails for $8. It's got a fluffy feel to the bristles, so it's going to be really good at blending. Again, this one is going to be a little bit more controlled blending, but it does have the longer bristles too. But this one is full yet firm, so you're going to be able to get a wash of color or do your final blending to make sure you don't have any harsh lines of color. And that one comes to a point. I'll show you real quickly. That point is going to give you a lot of control. So, moving on. Next up we have my favorite brush out of the set. It's the 433 brush, and its name is a mouthful. It's called the Pro Firm Blending Fluff Brush. How is that for a name? It's got natural bristles. It retails for $8. What I love about this one so much is its versatility. If you notice, this silver part here is called the ferrule of the brush. It's got a pinched ferrule instead of like the other ones are perfectly round. This one is pinched, and that might not seem like a lot, but this one is so versatile because you can use it to pack on color, using it on the side here, coming into your eye with the side of the brush. Also, you can get good crease action with this because since the ferrule is pinched, it allows you to fit right into the crease there. And it can also be used as a blending brush, using it going straight toward your lid and blending out a shadow that way. So that's why I love that one so much. Next up we have the M441. It's called the Pro Firm Blending Crease Brush. It's also got natural bristles, retails for $8. This one is super fluffy but firm, again for blending. They say this is a crease brush, but I feel like that's a really big crease brush. So I use it for especially the final blend. I have a lot of lid space, so a big brush like this is perfect for me. It doesn't bother me, but if you have a smaller lid, I would go for something smaller like the 330 we just talked about. So just for a comparison there, the white one, it's so much more fluffy and full, so you're going to get a good wash of color that way. But again, if you have a smaller lid, go for something smaller that's not going to overpower the space that you've got. Next up is the E22 Pointed Blender Brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $9. This is small and tapered, and it's slightly more dense. Next is the M321 brush. This is the Bullet Crease Brush. It's got natural bristles. It retails for $5. And this has short, dense bristles, and it tapers to a point. So again, it's going to be perfect for fitting right into the crease, and especially doing outer V work, and with that point it's going to give you really good control. Next up we have the M213 Smudger Brush. This has natural bristles. It retails for $4. And what this one is going to be best at is running shadow along your lower lash line, or diffusing eyeliner. Next up we have this weird little brush. This is the M217 brush, and it is the bent liner brush. It's got synthetic bristles, retails for $5, and this is going to be used with one of the gel or cream liners that come in pot form. Next up we have the E29 brush, and we're going to get the full brush in this shot because this is the only dual-ended brush that comes in either of the sets. It is called the Angled Brow and Spoolie brush. It has synthetic bristles. It retails for $6. And this side has a 1-inch spoolie. This side would be used for brows, to fill in your brows. It's a little bit bigger than what I usually use, but the times that I have used it, it really made it super quick. So that I can appreciate. Next up we have the M432 flat liner definer brush. It's got synthetic bristles. It retails for $6. And something like this I would personally use to kind of carve out my brows. So moving on to the face set, and kicking us off is the M439 Deluxe Buffer Brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $16. I am not the biggest fan of applying my foundation with a brush, but I am so glad I have it in my collection for maybe a lighter coverage foundation. A brush always is going to offer you more coverage than if you go in with a beauty sponge. Next up we have the M527 Deluxe Pointed Powder Brush. It's got natural bristles and it retails for $18. I use this for bronzer. It is slightly on the big side for my preferences, but a lot of people like a big bronzer brush, but this is about as big of a brush as I would go. Next up we have my personal favorite out of the face brush set, and it is the M536 Under Eye Bullet Brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $10. What I use this for is setting my concealer under my eye. It's perfect. Before I was using a little bit smaller of a brush. It just applies it smoother since you don't have to go in with so many motions as you would with a smaller brush, and it is perfect for under the eyes. I also use it to set my foundation between my brows because I usually do my brows very first before I put anything on my face. Brows are done first, so you gotta kind of be working gingerly around them. So I love that brush. It was such a great brush addition to my brush collection. Moving on to the M224 brush. This is the oval camouflage brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $5. This is going to be just your standard concealer brush. It's got really nice dense bristles. It's going to be a little bit bigger than the mini concealer brush that was in the eye brush set. Just for a quick comparison, there is the difference in the brush heads. This one is from the eye brush set and this one is from the face brush set. So I feel like we've got some good options there. This is the M173 Mini Buffer Brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $7. And they say to use this for concealer. I personally wouldn't. Maybe I would use it for cream contour in the hollows of your cheeks. I don't do contour usually. I mean, I have in the past, but I just feel like bronzer and blush is enough for my cheeks, and time consuming enough because Mama can't even get 10 minutes for my makeup, so we gotta do our routine as fast as possible. But moving right along, we've got the M523 tapered powder brush. This is a blend of natural and synthetic fibers. It retails for $17. It's got the pinched ferrule, so it's going to give you a little bit better control for powder product placement. Okay, now we have the E4 angled contour brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $16. What I love about this one is how full yet dense these bristles are. It's got the angled cut. What I use it for is blush. I go in with the longer side, and those longer bristles are going to give you a little bit more diffused of color placement. So I've been really enjoying this brush because not only can you sweep on a light dusting of color, you can also have a little bit more control with the denser side. So I've been loving that brush. The last two brushes I'm going to talk about together. Well, I'll introduce them separately. But this one is the M510 Pro Round Blender brush. It's got natural bristles and it retails for $10. And this one is the M451 Detailed Highlighter brush. It's got synthetic bristles and it retails for $9. The differences between these two brushes, you can see this one here has the domed rounded top and it's a lot fuller and fluffier. This one, I'll show again, it's got more of a tapered cut and it is a lot less fluffy, if that is a valid description. For a brush like either one of these, you're going to use it for highlighter placement, and if you're going for a more natural lit from within type of vibe, for lack of a better word, you're going to go in with this fluffier brush. And if you are wanting to concentrate the highlighter and get more of a bam effect, write that one down in the description dictionary. Bam look. You'd use this one for the bam look. The last brush that I'm going to be talking about didn't come in either of the kits, and that is the M427 brush. This is the Tapered Duo Blush Brush. It's got synthetic fibers and it retails for $10. What I love about this one is the bristles come out so much farther, the white bristles do, than the black bristles. That's what makes this a duo brush. And I love how long these white ones are because they're pretty sparse in there, and it gives you the ability to do a lighter dusting of blush and not get that instant clown cheek look, which is never good for anyone. So with that, that is it. If you are still here, you are likely related to me. Let's be honest, it's my second video. But whoever you are, and regardless of how you came to be watching this extremely involved video on brushes, I want to thank you for your time and your support. It means more than you could ever imagine or more than I could convey. It really, really means a lot to me. And if you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing before you go, and maybe hit the like button on your way out. I'm going to be having another video coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, that does it, guys. See ya!